We are back. Welcome back, everybody. Let's see, Skyrim being captured. There we go. I got up to get off my ass, stretch a little, make some tea, and Skyrim is still, not fully loaded. It's loading, but it's not fully loaded. I guess because I restarted the PC and I'm not constantly opening and closing Skyrim, so I guess it's gonna take a while. I suppose if the game crashes enough, it'll probably have enough time to quote-unquote warm up. There we go. Okay, continue. Another fun stream day. Despite all the complaints, I did have fun. We got another hour and 45 minutes or so of Skyrim. And I'm gonna have fun, I think. Barring any issues. I should probably think about modding Fallout 4 again. Especially since that's gonna take a while. Okay. What were we doing here? We were spending the night because we traveled to the Pale. It's Dawnstar. We're not spending the night because, hold on, my mouse pad was a little funky, so I had to, get it all sorted. But we needed to warm up from our trip. So let's go ahead and see if we can find Yod, because we need to beat up Yod. Now I'm not very familiar with Dawnstar. Oh, actually, we're not doing Yod just yet. We're not gonna beat him up just yet. We're actually following Arender to do something of a little more importance besides just intimidating somebody. Something to do with Daedric Prince Vaermina. If the game will load. There we go. There we go. It's gonna stutter a bit. Just because, just trying to load all the things. Alright, Arender. Arender, we could get a move on, please? I suppose my companions are gonna be in the way. So I gotta get moving and then wait for him. Oh, he came down anyways. Arender. That is the alarm for my tea. My tea bag has steeped. Arender. Can we get a move on, please? Oh, hold on.
I've been looking for you. I've got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Looks like that's it.
Pay my taxes. I have plenty of money. 190 gold removed? Okay, so I know it's been another month. So when we get back to Whiterun, we will collect our taxes and collect our share from the Bannered Mare. Hey, that rhymed. because we own the Bannered Mare. We're gonna follow Arender here. He's got a warhammer, I see. That is, of course, replacing the dwarven mace. Come on, Arender, show me the way. Can hear the crunching of our feet in the snow. Isn't Arender supposed to be talking? I thought you had Maik with you. It's easy to confuse. They both wear similar robes. Granted, he's wearing a red tunic with a yellow hooded mantle. And he can be a follower, but I don't know if I want him as a follower. I want to have more bards and beggars as followers, not warriors and mages and all that sort of thing. Because he's like a restoration mage who uses a mace. I just hope I don't get freezing cold while we're slowly walking to the tower, which is over there. Gonna save real quick. Imagine Mike follower mod. That probably, I think that does exist. I'm sure it does. You could probably just Google Mike follower mod Skyrim. Might have to say Skyrim SE because it might take you to the LE page if it so exists. I am very cold. Come on, Arender, let's speed this up. I'm freezing here. Because once I'm actually in the tower, I'll be fine. Rim the sky. I mean, we are in the mountains with the snow, so I'd say we're rimming the sky pretty well here. Oh, here comes some goats. So that probably means there's wolves. Yep, there's wolves. It's too bad I'm not going hunting because that might be ice wolves. 5 for my crossbow. Die, you shit. Yeah, run away. Almost shot my friend there. Alright. And these aren't even ice wolves, so I'm not even going to consider skinning them. You always hated that this takes forever. I think Sacriledius fixed this with a mod. I think he released it, either was working on it or has released it. Not entirely sure. I kind of like my snow textures. It's a little low quality, but I like that it looks a little fluffy. Like I said, it looks a little low quality, but I do like how it looks. If it was just the 2K or 4K versions, then I would be a little happier, but it looks okay. It's so gray? I suppose so. Looks definitely like it's been polluted and isn't. I mean, this part looks fairly blue, but this stuff looks fairly gray. I definitely, you know, see that as a criticism. And I have seen some good snow, so I'm kind of waiting to see if I can grab these new texture mods for Parallax and see if perhaps my computer can run it. Yeah, pollution. That's what I said. Very soon I'm going to be freezing to death. Skyrim modders don't know what snow looks like. Kappa. I suppose so. Just this patch here looks very blue for some reason. Not sure why. I'm also freezing. Arendar, can we speed this up? I might actually have to see if I can get inside the tower. Just so I'm not freezing to death. Watch it be locked. Yeah, let's get inside real quick. I'm gonna have to go back outside to talk to him. But I might have to jump inside real quick just to warm up. Or at least get out of the elements, because their weather is quite poor. Speaking of, winter weather and all that. It was blowing snow and everything. My follower cannot accompany me here. Okay. I know I've got to go outside to talk to Arendar. I'm just going to warm up first. We're going to take that. Shrine of Mara. I don't think so. We'll wait till we're fully warm and then we'll head back out. The Talos Mistake. Take that. Lost Legends. We're going to read this right now, because this is going to give me a quest. Lost Legends of Skyrim by Tosgar the Elder, Archivist of Winterhold. The history of Skyrim is vast, predating even the most ancient records of man and mer. Much has been lost, following to the ravages of war or the turning of the ages, but nothing is ever truly forgotten. Where no records exist, legends and folk tales offer us a key to the past, a way to piece together truths half remembered in the minds of men. For generations, the people of Morthal have told whispered tales of the Pale Lady, a ghostly woman who wanders the northern marshes, forever seeking her lost daughter. Some say she steals children who wander astray, others that her sobbing wail strikes dead all those who hear it. But behind these tales may lie a kernel of truth, for ancient records speak of Omriel, a mysterious figure Ysgrimmor's heirs battled for decades, and finally sealed away. Reach men tell the story of Faulin Red Eagle, an ancient king who rallied his people and drove back the armies of Cyrodiil with a flaming sword. Though accounts vary, they too seem to be based on an underlying truth. The imperial chronicles of Empress Hestra mention a rebel leader of that era who was eventually cornered and slain in battle at the cost of a full legion of men. But some tales prove harder to analyze among scholars. Perhaps the best known is the forbidden legend of the Archmage Golda. In the dawning days of the First Era, the story goes there lived a powerful wizard by the name of Golda. Wise and just, he was well known in the courts of King Harald and the Jarls of Skyrim, and his aid and counsel were sought by men and mer alike. And then he was murdered. Some say one of his sons killed him, others that King Harald, jealous of his power, gave the order. But Galder's 3 sons fled into the night, pursued by a company of Harald's best warriors and the Lord Geirmund, the king's personal battle mage. A great chase ensued, and from the wilds of the Reach to the glacial north, one brother is said to have perished in the ruins of Fogunther, at the foot of Solitude. The others were run to ground soon thereafter, and once it was done, King Harald ordered every record of their murders destroyed, and Galder's name and deeds were struck from the rolls of history. Even today, few sources remain, and no bard will tell the tale, but perhaps the truth yet remains in some ancient ruin, waiting to be unearthed. For nothing is ever truly forgotten. Taking that. There starts a quest. We're going to take this book. Okay. And I know why the books are so expensive. Their Bardic Lore, which is an add-on for Bards Reborn, changes the price of books, some books, to be much more expensive. Can I warm my hands here? Yes, I can. I have a vanilla prices patch for it that is on the Nexus. And even though I fixed my load order to have a stable mod list, you know which plugin I loaded after the vanilla prices patch? You guessed it, Bardic Lore. So I have, of course, the vanilla. I have the adjusted prices to be more expensive, despite the fact that the vanilla prices should be after it. However, I will be changing the price of books, just not yet. I'm still working on my economy, or not even my economy mod. I'm still working on my armor and weapons mods and patches for other mods. I just finished the 3D NPC patch, as well as the 3D NPC patch for our... well, let me just rephrase that. I finished the 3D NPC patch for weapons and the 3D NPC patch for armor. And I tested that this morning, fixed my errors, and it's working. So, there's that. The next mod to work on for weapons and armors, I have yet to see what that is, because it was pushing close to breakfast time, and breakfast time was actually later than I wanted it to be, which is why we started an hour late. Almost fully warm. Okay, we should be fully warm very, very soon. Because once that bar goes red, that's when I know that I'm... or when it disappears. Okay.
Before we enter, I must warn you about the dangers that could be lurking within. Years ago, this temple was raided by an orc war party seeking revenge. They were being plagued by nightmares, just like the people of Dawnstar.
Were they successful?
No. Knowing they could never defeat the orcs, the priests of Vaermina released what they called the miasma, putting everyone to sleep.
Why is it dangerous if they're asleep?
I'm concerned that when this place is unsealed, the miasma will dissipate and they'll awaken, both orcs and priests alike.
So what does it do?
The miasma was created by the priests of Vaermina for their rituals. It's a gas that places the affected in a deep sleep. Because the rituals would last for months or even years, the miasma was designed to slow down the aging process.
Is the gas dangerous? Didn't I just ask this?
Sadly, yes. The longer an individual is exposed to the miasma, the more the mind can become damaged. Those who've been under the effect of it for extended periods of time have been known to lose their minds entirely. In some cases, a few never awoke at all.
Okay.
Once we get inside, all will become clear.
I'll let him go in first, giving it a save. Okay, I think he went in. Welcome in, Bruxus. How you doing, friend? Speaking of taking a moment to let my character warm up, it's gonna be time for me to drink my tea very, very soon. Because whenever the burner, or whenever the kettle has been sitting on the burner on simmer for a while, it does cool down a little. It's still very hot, but it cools down, you know. So whenever I get a new cup of tea or a new cup of coffee, the second cup is just slightly cooler than the first. So it's like, huh, you know, gonna have to drink the second cup faster because it's gonna get colder faster. Gonna take off my hood.
Now,
Where's the button? There it is. Where's Q? Where's Q, damn it? Okay.
So the nightmares.
You've been better, but you'll get through. Hope you're well. Oh, just continuously frustrated by technology, but what's new? As far as problems go, that's fairly minor, as frustrating as it is.
The source of Dawnstar's woes. We must reach the inner sanctum and destroy it. Come, there's no time to lose.
Actually, grab courage so that I can give Arender my courage if need be. At least you're not playing that fucking Hogwarts game. Well,
We fight to the last.
I'm not going to get into the controversy of the game. I need to stop auto-walking.
Never should have come here.
Leave me alone. Here's... I'm winding it up. I missed. Okay. 5? No, I need 1. But I need, another spell. We're not going to get into the controversy of it. But I'd like to think that everyone here knows how I feel about, J.K. Rowling. We're not going to get into it here. If you don't like it, that's totally okay. You're allowed to not like things. Having said that, I'm not going to play the new Hogwarts game simply out of disinterest. So you won't see it here. Okay.
Damn it! The priest must have activated this barrier when the miasma was released.
Looks difficult to breach.
Impossible, actually. I wonder. There may be a way to bypass the barrier, but I must check their library and confirm it can be done.
You seem to know an awful lot about this place. Other than unlike Forspoken, they bothered to optimize it and make it look good. That's good, at least. Like, I'm not going to blame the dev team for the actions of the person behind the franchise. Yeah, other than the gross author, you've just never watched or read any Harry Potter content, so you just don't care. I haven't read any Harry Potter books. I watched all the Harry Potter movies growing up. I still very much don't care for them. It's just not my cup of tea. So if you guys are very much against J.K. Rowling and don't want to see me stream the game, don't worry. I have neither the interest nor the money. So I don't really care. I don't want to play it. You seem to know an awful lot about this place. But also, just to throw that out there, don't be mean to people who want to actually enjoy the game for what it is. Just let people enjoy it.
I suppose there's no point in concealing the truth any longer. My knowledge of this temple comes from personal experience.
Very dark in here, but I suppose it should be.
I was a priest of Vaermina.
Why keep it a secret?
When the orcs invaded the temple, I fled. I left my brothers and sisters here to die. I've spent the last few decades living in regret and seeking redemption from Mara. And by her benevolence, I will right my wrongs.
Alright, let's do this.
I
Drinking
still
my
have
tea, by the
key
way.
to the library. Whenever you're ready, let's move on.
So how can the skull be affecting Dawnstar?
Lore holds that the skull of corruption holds a constant hunger for the memories of others. The skull has been out of touch for so long, I fear it's gained the ability to reach out on its own and try to feed. What it does with these memories is just conjecture, and an argument for scholars and historians to this very day.
Okay. Actually really tempted to buy the game. Never cared about Harry Potter, but it looks fun. And if you want to do that, that's okay. You're allowed to do that. I think you know that J.K. Rowling is a complete piece of shit, human piece of garbage. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy the game for what it is. It's not like the dev team is... It's not like the entire dev team follows the same kind of ideology as her. So, yeah, fuck her specifically. But let's be reasonable. Besides, Rowling had nothing to do with it, other than she makes money off it. I mean, she's gonna make money regardless. Like, being against J.K. Rowling, absolutely. She's a shit person. But, I'm gonna pause the game here. But, not allowing people to have fun with a game, or making people feel shitty because they bought it, or setting up a website to track streamers so you can harass them, not you, just people in general, that's not okay. Let's not fight evil with evil, okay? This is me more speaking to the void than you guys. Other than making a huge pile of money she uses to fund hate. I mean, how many of you in chat own an iPhone? How many of you in chat own a smartphone in general? We're just going to pretend that they're not made in sweatshops run by child slaves? Like, as much as I don't like XQC, he actually made a pretty good point. People fund evil without even realizing it, and it's totally okay, apparently. I'm paraphrasing, by the way. So... and this whole situation really funny. Some publications are refusing to review the game to stir controversy or some shit. And they can choose to review a game or not. Although cobalt and lithium for our batteries comes from countries with child labor, it's all fucked. Kind of like, if you're going to call out one, call out the other. And if we're going to completely remove ourselves from evil people, we're going to have to get rid of a lot of our own possessions. Just saying. I'm not saying what she's doing is good or acceptable, or we should just wave it off as an excuse. No, fuck her specifically. She's a piece of shit. But come on, it's all screwed up. But you can live without a Harry Potter game. You need a phone to live. Yeah, that's just it. If you don't want to buy it, whatever. Fuck the game. If you don't want to buy it, you don't spend your money for anyone else's sake. Return to Caveman. Indeed, I felt that way just because of all the technical issues, regardless of who's behind making them. Or making the tech, specifically, is what I'm trying to say. All I'm saying is, people are allowed to like it, people are allowed to not like it, people are allowed to pay for it, people are allowed to stream it, people are allowed to review it. Let's not be assholes to the people who aren't the assholes. Let's be assholes to J.K. Rowling. That's kind of like, we're gonna squash this conversation after I say my statement here. Scramasax. I see a lot of people championing the cause of good and then being evil to good people, misplacing their anger in the wrong direction. And that does nothing but make those people who suffer that anger feel a little more sympathetic to the side that those other people are trying to attack. So, then we're going to end that conversation there. Do I want an apple pie? I think I want an apple pie, despite it looking like something not really an apple pie. It looks more like a beef taco pie. Alright, Arendar, what are we doing? Right, I have to actually follow him, and again, he walks everywhere. Which, don't get me wrong, my character walks everywhere, so it's not like I have a leg to stand on. I do need to actually eat and feed and water my bard.
It's just up here.
I just need a spot to, like, have a moment to breathe so my character can take a moment to eat. That's why devs and publishers keep putting out manipulative and unfinished games, because people keep buying them and spending money on microtransactions. Now that I can definitely talk about, because that's that's not good. I don't like it when games are unfinished. And then they like, oh, we'll fix it later, but here's the store page that works. Oh, sorry, Arender. Here's the store page that works perfectly, by the way. Okay, well, stop running in front of my magic then. Okay. The magic I'm using is a illusion spell called Illusory Flames, which does what exactly? Concentrate to deal 30% of their current health as temporary damage that wears off after 3 seconds. So it's basically like I'm capping off their health. As long as everyone has the attitude of, well, I want it, we'll keep getting screwed. Money's the only language corporations understand. There's parts of that I agree, and not necessarily disagree with, but I think there's a little more nuance to it. It's not so much of everyone saying, I want it. It's enough people saying, I want it. Where if you have pretty much the entire community saying, for a game thing, saying, we don't want this, change it back, and the company starts losing a shitload of money, that's when they listen. So absolutely, the companies are going to listen to the dollar. And if we don't give them the dollar, then they'll give us what we want. And it's all for temporary profit, and I've said this plenty of times. I will say it again. If these companies would just make us happy first, they'd make way more money. They would make a shitload of more money if they just made us happy first. It's just these companies are completely out of touch because they don't interact with the community, which is not entirely their fault. I'll touch on that in a moment. Oh, I could just take that then. Let's see. Like a Wizards of the Coast, they lost so much money over the OGL, they reversed the change. Yep. That's where I was going. You read my mind. Same brain cell. What are you saying, Arender? I can't necessarily hear you from here. Also, I'm dirty. I think I'm going to take a moment to splash some water on my face. I should have plenty of wash waters. Yeah. This is for health regen, and that's going to come in handy. So we're going to go ahead and use that up. Just finished my tea, and now the bot wants me to drink water. Anyways. And from what I know from an old report, don't video game companies make way more money from post-launch purchases? Or isn't the term recurrent spending? Don't they make much more money off of microtransactions than they do the initial sale of the game? Which I understand video games cost a shitload of money to make. But you'd think they'd find better ways to monetize the game other than just let's exploit the consumers. And horribly. Oh, hi. I missed. Well, hold on, I'm not casting my magic. Stop screaming, you can't hear me. There he goes. Hiya. Okay, now I'm gonna switch to courage, and I'm gonna hit Arender with some courage. Get him, Arender. Okay, now he's dead. How'd you like that courage?
Barring any more interruptions, perhaps we can locate the information I need.
Yeah, they make vastly more from recurrent spending. What exactly am I looking for?
We're looking for a book of alchemical recipes called the Dream Stride. The tome bears the likeness of Vaermina on the cover. It should be here somewhere.
I know your valuables.
If you'll check the shelves around the balcony, I'll check around the lower level.
But I want to support the developers is a garbage argument. Devs don't see a penny of that extra money. The execs take it and lay off the devs. That's kind of why, like, I say Like, if they're going to have a shitload of microtransactions and effectively treat the market of the game as a free-to-play game, but it's a $70 game, then the game should be free. And then you'll have people working in game development being like, do you think I should be doing work for free? It's like, oh, quit it. You know, it's like, no, in fact, I don't think the devs are being paid enough. On the contrary, they're not being paid enough. And even if I pay for a bunch of microtransactions and become a whale, is that developer going to see the millions of dollars of profit? And pretty much just as you exactly said, no, the dev will be paid for their work. Hopefully in a decent amount, usually not. And that the CEO will pretty much take all the rest of the money. Take the book, please. Thank you. And then lay off staff. Oh, we didn't make as much money last year, so we're going to have to lay off half the workforce, while the CEO pockets a $10 million bonus. Not as in his actual salary. That's a bonus on top of his incredibly inflated salary. So, yeah, Mr. Developer who screams that I'm saying that they should be doing work for free. No, I'm just saying if you're going to have monetization practices in your game that likely the CEO and the corporate executives are pushing into the game that you may not want, if it's going to exploit the consumer base and prey upon, you know, those who don't have the mental fortitude to resist paying for microtransactions and loot boxes, then maybe, just maybe, the price tag of the game should be $0. And that the monetization of the game should completely come from the vastly more profitable recurrent spending. Welcome in, PJ. How's it going? Crew 2, $50 free-to-play monetization. Thanks, Ubisoft. Feel like it's going to continue to get worse with larger companies buying up smaller game devs. Yep. There is a silver lining to that. The free-to-play model worked and made enough money that Ubisoft greenlit the franchise as a full AAA game now. That means the extremely passionate studio developing it gets more money. See, that's the other side of the coin, where, you know, the microtransactions are, you know, actually helping. But the problem is, they could still make a shitload of money and still develop their studios into a bigger studio that can do much, much more, and still have the price of the game be $0 and continue to earn much, much, much more money from the recurrent spending. I don't see why that's mutually exclusive. Like, I know you're not saying that. I'm just saying that that's the mentality some people tend to have. And that's kind of just like internet logic overall. Somehow two different things that aren't exactly opposite are suddenly mutually exclusive, and if you're not completely for something, that means you're against the opposite. Or that if you are, I should say, if you are for something, then you are against the so-called opposite. When it's like they're not exactly mutually exclusive, like we can have both. So, and don't get me into this, or excuse me, don't get me wrong, and that I am like, I'm on the side of gamers. Epic gamer. And I didn't touch on this earlier, and I'm going to touch on it now. When the AAA game companies are out of touch with the community, it's usually because they don't talk with the community. Also, from personal observation, sometimes when they do talk to the community is being incredibly toxic. So they see it as, well, it's not worth talking to the community, so we're going to continue being out of touch. Also, I'm going in here because it's a nice little nook for reading books. And I'm going to eat my food and drink my water, and I'm going to sit down and read. That's exactly what happened with War Thunder. It's exactly what happened with Ghost Recon Breakpoint. It's almost like gamers are a little toxic and can't exactly be trusted on what should be added to a game. Right, food. Let's eat that apple pie. The devs used to be on Reddit, the forums, everywhere, just talking to everyone, but the toxicity got too much and they stopped. The exact same thing happened with Ghost Recon. And I remember specifically, during the days of Ghost Recon Wildlands, despite the fact that most hardcore Ghost Recon fans will act like Wildlands is a 20 out of 10 perfect game, when Wildlands was out and getting post-launch updates, people were shitting all over it. Like it was the worst game ever. Not people as in outside the community. I'm talking about in the community on Reddit. It is a food. It is a medium, and it is cannot spoil. We'll eat that again. And then, you know, when it comes to Ghost Recon Breakpoint, everyone acts like Wildlands was such an amazing, perfect game. It's like, no, you guys were shitting all over it. So yeah, no, it wasn't a perfect game. And then when they're so toxic to the community managers, pretty much treating the community manager as like, you know, why is there monetization of the game? Why is this mechanic bad? It's like they're community manager, man. They're not a programmer. And then when Ubisoft stops, pretty much puts their community managers on, show up to the office but don't actually do your job, you know, don't be a community manager, it's because the community was too toxic. And they continued to release post-launch updates that were increasingly out of touch. Now, there was basically 2 or 3 major updates to the game that were in the right direction, but sometimes they would add things and it's like, why is this a thing? Why? What? Why? But that's because they were out of touch, and they were out of touch because they tried to be in touch with the community, but the community pushed them away. Because, you know, when you're constantly being told you're a piece of shit by hundreds of thousands of people, sometimes you don't want to talk to those people anymore. It's almost like you're a human being with emotions and feelings. And sometimes you don't have to deal with the bullshit. Now the game is getting progressively shittier and shittier. And here's the thing that I'm going to continue to talk about with the Ghost Recon community. They pretty much ruined the AI teammates in Wildlands. Here's what happened. AI teammates in Wildlands used to have just generic idle talk where they would either tell stories or tell jokes, and it was really neat, fun, cool little personality and soul in the game. You know how the community reacted? They won't shut up. Make them shut up. So Ubisoft was like, okay. And in one of the updates, they pretty much reduced the idle talk to nothing. And you know how the community reacted? Why aren't they joking anymore? The jokes were so funny. It's like, please. So it's kind of like that whole meme I saw on a Call of Duty Reddit post that was actually shared on the Ghost Recon Reddit was, what do we want? We don't know. What do we want? When do we want it? Yesterday. So yeah, the Ghost Recon community ruined the AI teammates in Wildlands because they didn't want them to have as much personality or soul. And you know what the kicker is? They complained that the Breakpoint AI teammates don't have idle chatter and jokes. I don't know what that voice was. So, it's kind of like the community is full of idiots. It's like this one quote I saw, I saw the video where a Middle Eastern man is speaking on the whatever of democracy. He said a word that I will not repeat, but I'll just put in a stand-in word. He said, democracy is for the people, of the people, or it's of the people, by the people, for the people. But the people are stupid. That's not the word he used, and I'm not going to use the word he used, but yeah. Pretty much. What am I doing? I'm looking for a book to read. I'm going on my preachy rants again. Then again, you guys are feeding it. Alright, let's read The Dreamstride. Oh, that's a nice cover. The Dreamstride, the mysterious alchemists of Vaermina. For over 1,000 years, the priests of Vaermina have been masters of the art of alchemy. The complexity and potency of their mixtures are nothing short of legendary. These alchemical treasures are so highly sought after that a single draft showing up on the black market can command sums in the tens of thousands of septims. Of the numerous potions that have surfaced to date, Vaermina's torpor is perhaps the most impressive. A single sip of this viscous liquid places the imbiber in a state known as the Dreamstride. This condition allows the subject to experience the dreams of another as if they were actually there. The subject becomes an integral part of the dream, behaving as if they belong. To any other entities in this dream state, the subject will be mistaken for the dreamer. The subject will even find his mannerisms, speech patterns, and knowledge expanded appropriately. To an observer, I cannot speak this language written in the book. After the subject has imbibed the potion, they will appear to have vanished. As the subject traverses distances within the dream, they will also be traversing distances in the actual world. When the torpor's effect has expired, the subject will fade back into reality in the exact location projected within the Dreamstride. Some Dreamstrides have transported their subjects a few feet, and some have appeared thousands of miles from their origin in a matter of minutes. It's to be noted that the Dreamstride is highly dangerous and presents the subject with numerous pitfalls. In certain dreams, subjects have been exposed to life-threatening scenarios, such as... Gotta slow down here. Such as sickness, violence, and even death. In most cases, the subject simply fades back to our world without harm, but in some instances, the subject never reappeared. It was assumed to have expired, or the subject reappeared deceased. Excuse me. It's also quite possible that the subject could reappear in a precarious or hazardous location in reality, even though that location appeared safe within the Dreamstride. Vaermina's torpor is as mysterious and elusive as the priests that created it. It's unknown whether this unique transport mechanism is a result of the torpor itself, or simply the odd machinations of Vaermina, but the potential for using the Dreamstride to penetrate seemingly impassable obstacles certainly outweighs its mysterious nature. Okay. That's what the Dreamstride says. Oh, I have to drink water. Water. Okay. Suppose I could light a torch, since I do have a torch. A singular torch. Lighten it up in here a little. Where is Arender? Is he not here? There he is.
Yes, my daughter. What is it I can help with?
Found it.
Let me take a look. More be praised. There is a way past the barrier to the inner sanctum. It involves a recipe for a liquid known as Vaermina's torpor.
Is that some type of potion?
Yes. The torpor grants an ability the priests of Vaermina called the Dream Stride, using dreams to travel distances in the real world.
That's amazing.
Quite amazing, yes. Alchemy and the blessings of a divine, distilled down into a ingestible liquid. Sadly, I have yet to see it function in person.
I'm going to be your test subject then.
As a sworn priest of Mara, the elixir won't work for me. The torpor will only work for priests of Vaermina, or the unaffiliated.
Sounds dangerous. How can you be certain?
I will not lie to you. There is some risk involved. The last time the torpor was imbibed could have been decades ago. But I swear upon Lady Mara that I will do everything within my power to prevent any harm from befalling you.
You know where we can find it?
I believe there is a laboratory in the East Wing. If we proceed there, we should be able to locate a sample.
So what will the dream stride feel like?
You'll be viewing the memory of another through your own eyes and with your own body. Those around you will perceive you as normal, and you will find the words you utter may not be your own. Thanks to all of these odd principles, there is quite a lot of debate as to whether this is really a dream or just the machinations of Vaermina.
How will I know when to awaken?
I will watch over you as you slumber to ensure your safety. If I deduce anything is amiss, I will use my arts to bring you back. Otherwise, I am uncertain what will end your dream stride. Perhaps when Vaermina's curious appetite has been filled.
Okay.
The laboratory adjoins the library. I'm hoping we'll find a sample of the torpor left undamaged.
Mind your way, Erender. Let's go. All right. Yeah. I like that one. Huh. Ah. Take the tundra cotton. Oh, my torch burned out. Guess I'm gonna need to possibly equip a spell then. No, that doesn't have light. Or it does, but it's not very bright. Let's use this one then, because that light is fairly bright. Some good old, you know, ultra UV light. I'll take the garlic. Leather. I can sell that to a blacksmith, perhaps. Certainly get more use out of it than I would. I'm catching up.
For Dawnstar.
Fine, go first person, please. Thank you.
Your word. Kill the defilers. You'll
Die, please. Ah. Oh, he's bugged, so,
Pray to Sindar while you can. No more. I yield. I yield.
Oh, nice.
Is that it? You got no best judgment. What are you doing? I fought.
Well done.
Now that they've been dealt with, we need to find the torpor.
How'll I know what it looks like?
It should be in a small bottle, very similar to a potion. I'll begin searching up here. The torpor should be in a tall bottle with dark liquid. If you find it, bring it to me.
Take the honeycomb. Not the skeever tail.
Yes, my daughter. What is it I can help with?
A Huskarl axe.
Yes, my daughter.
You've already spoken to that. Grab all that.
What is it I can help with?
Alright, we need to actually, like, equip some spells here. It's not exactly more light, it's just perhaps, maybe I can find some moon sugar in here.
Yes, my daughter. What is it I can help with?
Maybe, just maybe. Skeever tail. Just using this to light the place up a little bit more. Butterfly wing. Certainly some dried elves' ears here. Jazzbay grapes, sure. I could probably cook with that. Potion of stamina. Troll fat. Potion of resist shock. Okay. Worker meat, taproot. Potion of resist shock. Potion of resist shock. Is the game telling me that there's gonna be like shock stuff? Butterfly wing, Luna moth wing, tundra cotton. I'll take. So I can use that for fires. I'm gonna take the taproot. I think an alchemist would want something like that. A Nordic barnacle, Daedra heart. Sure. Can't go wrong with the Daedra heart. Ice wraith teeth. That sounds like something an alchemist would want. Another taproot. Another Daedra heart. Are you kidding me? Why is there 2 Daedra hearts in here? Potion of resist fire. Elves ears. Fire salts I can use. Because I can turn that into weaponized fire salts. Ooh, apothecary satchel. Give me the apothecary satchel. Thank you. Okay, there's nothing in there worth taking. Potion of minor healing. Is that more fire salts? Indeed. Vampire dust. Haygraven feathers? Sure. Potion of plentiful healing? Sure. Fire salts, yes. A carrot. Sure. Falmer ear. I'm gonna get plenty of those when we do a Falmer dungeon, so I'm not gonna bother. Vaermina's torpor. Troll fat. Dragon's tongue, canis root. Do I need rock warbler eggs? Egg raven feathers, ice wraith teeth. Okay. Maybe I'll take the giant's toe after all. We can suck on it later. Okay. Quite a lot of alchemy stuff here. It's almost like they're alchemists or something. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I'll be sure to do that. Wow, we're only 3 hours and 17 minutes in. I thought we were a little bit later in. I guess not. That's fine. It just means I get to play more Skyrim. Bring our lights out.
Yes, my daughter. What is it I can help with?
I found the torpor.
I'm relieved you discovered a bottle intact. This place looks as though it was ransacked by the orcs. So, I've taken us this far, but you need to guide us the rest of the way. Drink.
Hold on. Alright. Here? Now?
Dawnstar's fate rests in that tiny bottle. The longer we wait, the more damage Vaermina could be doing to those poor people. I understand your hesitation, but I promise you that it works.
I know the availabilities.
Let's continue. We
That's
still
funny
have
to
much
me.
do.
I think I saw a book over here. I see. Okay, well. Let's follow Arender, I guess. In my opinion, this is what these sneaking animations should be. Just kind of slightly hunched over and walking slowly. Granted, you know, I have my spells out, so... But still. Spells out, hell's out.
Hilarious and original. Hilarious and original. Hilarious and original. Hilarious and original.
Alright, where is Arender going? Where are you going? Is he literally walking to the, oh, I think he's stopped. Okay, well, let's drink this potion then. Vaermina's torpor.
The orcs have breached the inner sanctum, Brother Varen.
We must hold. We can't allow the skull to fall into their hands.
But no more than a handful of us remain, brother.
Then we have no choice. The miasma must be released.
The miasma? But brother...
We have no alternative. It's the will of Vaermina. And what about you, Brother Casimir? Are you prepared to serve the will of Vaermina?
I've made my peace. I'm ready.
Then it's decided. Brother Casimir, you must activate the barrier and release the miasma. Let nothing stop you. Brother Thoric, we must remain here and guard this skull with our lives if necessary.
Agreed to the death.
Then let it be done. Farewell, my brothers.
Ah, my head. It's clipping through the camera because this is a cutscene technically. Can I jump to fix it? Nope. We're just gonna have to deal with that. The no head camera. Yay for improved camera. It's actually a really good mod. It's just it's not perfect. Not that way. Maybe this way? Yeah, my face was in the way, so I couldn't see.
Die, you orc
You ever have that problem where your face is in front of your eyes and you can't really see?
I fought worse than you.
Oh, look at the amount of javelins he has in him. This orc only came with like 20 javelins. It's like an Escape from Tarkov player. Like he's only wearing a t-shirt and a hat. Oh. He's only wearing a t-shirt and a hat, and he only had like 10 throwing knives and a hatchet, and he jumps into a server and starts attacking people and gets shot right away, of course. This is an extreme example of those times when you notice your own nose and can't unnotice it. So now I have to wait for this shit to just stop, or give me the opportunity to take the gem. It's gonna happen soon. It's just Todd's brilliance, you know. Okay.
It worked. Mara be praised. You vanished after drinking the torpor and materialized on the other side. I've never seen anything quite like it.
It was remarkable. It's as if I was really there.
How I envy you. I can only imagine the excitement of seeing history through the eyes of another. Sadly, I am resigned to just reading of its wonders through my research of the skull.
We can discuss it later. We need to keep going.
Indeed. My reverence for Vaermina's machinations should not take precedence over our mission. My apologies. The inner sanctum lies ahead. We must reach the skull and put an end to Dawnstar's troubles. Lead on, my friend.
Okay.
Come.
This is also the quest line that I stopped playing the Quest Wabbajack list for. Because in Quest QWEST exclamation point, that was buggy in here. You couldn't ever. You could, like, destroy the skull of corruption, but you couldn't kill Arender to take it, which meant that if you were playing Legacy of the Dragonborn, you might miss out on the items. Now, granted, I think Legacy of the Dragonborn has options to possibly craft it as a relic, but other than that, I'm not entirely sure. Are you dead? You're dead. Let me hit you with a courage real quick. And go back to Illusory Flames. In fact, I'll try Hush out. Oh, I got her, not him. He was trying to use a potion of magicka because I sapped all his magicka away. Come on, Arender, let's keep going. Okay, you don't need Hush. Gonna go ahead and switch spells here. You only got fists? Ow, you're kicking me in my vajayjay. That's very rude. Don't kick me in my vajayjay. Oh, sorry, Arender. Oh god, it's still working on him. Okay. Yeah. Get him, Arender. Now he's kicking Arender in the nuts. Okay. Nah. Vaermina's devotion. glance. Okay, it's not letting me look, so. Oh, he just bunny hopped right over him. Yeah, papa. Chipapa. I said chipapa. Chipapa.
You're a fool to fight.
No attacky. Only die. Soul gem fragment? Gotta make the most out of this potion. Okay. Well, while these guys talk, I'm going to go ahead and drink some potions. I do have a potion of resist shock. You were shock. You guys go ahead and keep talking. I'll what's this do?
No thanks to you, Chasm. I no longer use that name. I'm Miranda, priest of Mara. You're a traitor. You left us to die and then ran before the miasma took you. No, I was scared. I wasn't ready to sleep. Enough of your lies. I can't allow you to destroy
can I not
the
pull out my
skull,
weapon?
priest of Mara. Then you leave me no choice. By her benevolence, you shall not stop us.
Yeah, out of magicka. Okay. Time for the... I'm gonna drink a potion right in your face. Drink this one. And then we're gonna put away our spell. No, you have to die now. 6 for the buckler. Nice. Oh, okay. This is where we're gonna save. 'Cause who knows?
I knew Varen and Thoric. They were my friends. Is this punishment for my past? Is it Mara's will to torment me so?
They were trying to kill us.
And had they succeeded, Dawnstar's fate would be sealed. You have a unique way of looking at things, my friend. It's time. The skull must be destroyed. If you'll stand back, I'll perform the ritual granted to me by Lady Mara. First, an incantation to remove the barrier.
Hey, character stuck it out. She's got a bunch of stamina damage from the poison. The poison effect of the beneficial potion we drank.
I call upon you, Lady Mara. The skull hungers.
What is Remy
It
gonna
yearns
do?
for memories and leaves nightmares in
We'll
its
see.
wake. Grant me the power to break through this barrier and to send the skull to the depths of Oblivion.
He's deceiving you. When the ritual's complete, the skull will be free, and then Arinder will turn on you. Quickly, kill him now. Kill him and claim the skull for your own. Vaermina commands you.
He's pumping his cock right into the skull. Just pull out your cock. We're gonna let him do it. Also, I have no stamina, so I'm still dealing with the effects of that potion of regen.
This temple has taken its toll on me.
This potion is taking a toll on me. I have no stamina because of the poison effect of the potion. I think it was the potion of lasting potency, actually. It lasts for 300 seconds. Ooh. If I wasn't using an unpatched weapon, I would switch to this. Of course, my weapon is dealing much, much more damage because it is unpatched. Also, what's the damage on this thing? It should be much higher than that. Oh, okay. It's appropriate. The base damage is 11. Should be 11. Dwemer coat of plates with mail hauberk of eminent restoration. I don't use that, so... Scroll of Black Marsh. Oh, I should have used some of my scrolls. Probably would be better than my potions. Potion cell, I require the strongest potions. I'm going into battle. Does up to 18 poison damage per second for 10 seconds in a massive area. Nearby targets take extra damage. Ooh, we might have to sell that. We have a lot of followers. We don't really want to use that, because that could kill... Maybe not kill some, because a lot of them are essential, but, you know, I don't want to piss them off. Yeah, sounds about cat to betray. Also, Aaron. Also, the other guy is over here. Varen Deluri. A warhammer. I don't know if I want it. How much damage does my current sword deal? 26? Yeah, it should only do 10, but it's unpatched.
Forgive me
10
if I
base
don't appear
damage.
relieved. This temple has taken its toll on me.
Well, might as well go loot everything now, since we didn't have the opportunity to earlier. We looted some things, but not everything. For one thing, it's not like I can really do a whole lot and move quickly. I could run. That doesn't have a stamina cost. I want to add mods where it does. Like, I think there's a hardcore mod that I would very much like to use where it has that effect. Stop. I could grab the Soul Gem fragments just to see what they do. My character is more or less in the mentality of, kind of looks like a Soul Gem. Let's take it. Oh, nice. Like, she's not that knowledgeable on enchanting to say that she knows exactly what a Soul Gem and fragment is for. Having said that, I personally don't know what a Soul Gem fragment is for. I've never gotten far enough into the game / DLCs to figure it out. Wheat? Oh no, not wheat. I like that they're using a collapsed... Oh, that is a table. I thought it was like a collapsed dresser or something. I was confused. Oh. Sir? Wake the fuck up. Nice, I got a critical strike. Sure. Ow, you actually hurt me. Arender, I could use some help.
Magic is for the weak. Pick up some steel if you want to fight me. That's it? That's all you got?
Ouch! Ouch! Erender! Help! Flee! Run away! Erender, help! Erender, help me!
Gods, another fight.
Oh, he's not gonna help me. Oh, there he goes. Uh-oh. Oh, he's bugged.
We must end the nightmare.
Get him, Erender. Yeah. Oh, yes, he's bugged. I have to get him in a backstab. I see him clamor in his jaws.
Damn you!
I'm beat his ass. Ouch.
You dare fight a Dunmer?
Here, hold on. I didn't grab him. There we go.
End the nightmare.
Oh, is he gone? Well, I need to heal now. Potion of not favorited healing. Alright, we need to use a scroll, I think. I'd honestly use this.
What was that?
Huh? Wrong button. Ouch! You hurt me! Ow! He's making me bleed!
Staying out of this.
Okay. I dealt some damage.
What was that?
Missed! Oh, he's bugged again. Cool.
Hey, for your blasphemy.
See if I can fix him here.
Send you to Oblivion.
There, I fixed him.
You puny
Get him.
weakling. Get of our guide.
Oh, he broke again.
To Oblivion with you.
Okay. We got through the entire dungeon, and this one orcish Chad just almost beats my skull in. Ogrid. Ow, I got a tummy ache. Okay. Do I need to talk to you? You're not following me. Are you sniffing?
Forgive me if I don't appear relieved. This temple has taken its toll on me.
You gonna be alright?
In time, I believe I will. I'd constructed a meager shrine tomorrow in the antechamber where we entered. My intention was to spend the rest of my years here, burying the past and praying for forgiveness. But instead, I wish to offer my services to you. If you ever wish to journey with me, I'll be here.
Thank you.
There's no need to thank me. What you did was for the people of Dawnstar. If anyone should be thanked, it should be you.
Aww. Erender's now my friend. Tummy ache. I love saying that whenever my character's like holding her stomach because she's wounded. Tummy ache. Oh, hold on. I can use that to start fires. And speaking of resting and having fires, illusion spells? Oh, I'm not going to sacrifice my character's roleplay for stats. Fuck. I could really use that illusion buff, though. Oh, might as well search these barrels here. Oh, come on. Mouse is getting a little squirrely. Oh, yeah, sure, we'll take some salt. Oh, and we have some potions over here. I noticed that the potions are kind of in the way of each other. Like, I'm gonna have to take all of them. Oh, I can't even see the other one. If only I had Mystic Condenser installed. I mean, it is installed, it's just not enabled. It's not on. Butter. Everything else can stay. Yeah, we need to pop out our lights here. Oh. And gather some wood here. There's more wood over here. Only a singular piece. A salad. Not for all these webs, I would be able to see. Dragon's tongue. Alright, let's move on to the next room. This is where all the other stuff was. I looted here, so we can just go ahead and get a move on and leave. Oh. Oh, okay. We can certainly use the blue mountain flowers because we can make blue mountain flowers soap. Almost said soup. Close enough, but not quite. And that gives us health regen. Oh, a poison. I'll take this soul gem. The opal. Ooh, we'll take that. The singular septum. More soul gems. Potion of plentiful healing. Potion of pickpocketing. No thanks. Can I use this? Vaermina's devotion. Fortify conjurations. Not what I wanted. Well, how about that? Let's go ahead and increase our magicka. And then put it in enchanting. Another soul gem, we'll take it. Now let's drink that water. Aventailed helm, crowbill axe, lockpick. I think this person's burnt to a crisp. Okay. Did that really go nowhere? Need the light. It's a bit dark. Damn it, I'm trying to search the barrel and the game's like, nope. Book time. Whatever, I can make potato soup out of that. Okay, well, my character needs to eat, drink, sleep, and pray. So she's gonna do just that. First off, get rid of the carrot. Eat the mammoth cheese. And again. And again. This should be enough. We're gonna have our waters. Gotta have another. And we'll set up camp. Oh, hold on. That's not going to do any good. It's floating. I don't want it to float. Back it up. Okay, let's see if we can put it here. I want to, like, put it in the main thoroughfare. Doesn't help that the floor is also broken. So maybe if I put it up here? Use the light. And then sit. We'll get a picture going. Look at all that. That's a little too much. Yeah. I'm gonna go over here and maybe do a shot like this. Pictures in bed. Buy me a drink first. Welcome in, Mr. Necro. How you doing, friend? Okay. Okay, screenshot taken. Okay, let's get up. And that's it. That's the Vaermina quest line. I am going to bathe real quick. Might as well use plain soap. Save the blue mountain flower for when we're in a dungeon. I'm good, just eating a big pizza for dinner after work. I know you're ending, but I figured I would come by. Well, thank you, Mr. Necro. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoy your pizza. I just might have to make a pizza for dinner, too. And then we need to pray. Right, it's all in the favorites. Okay. Put on all our equipment again. By the way, cold room temp leftover pizzas. Fucking bomb. Cold pizza's actually better than people realize. Obviously, the best way to have pizza is, you know, very hot piping, ready to go, or fresh hot and piping. Not enough that it would burn your mouth, but you know what I mean. Hey, when people microwave it or put it in the oven. Putting it in the oven might be okay, but it's still not fresh. Putting it in the microwave to warm it up? Yeah, that's very much not a good thing to do. Honestly, depends on the toppings. You always reheat yours in the oven. The oven actually sounds okay. Like especially if you had like an air fryer. Put that on. Put on Camilla's necklace. Cloak. Put on our circlet. And then we'll re-equip our sword here and the bolts. Okay, I'm going to go to sleep. My character's very tired, and I don't even know what time it is, but she needs to sleep. You just hate the crust after reheating it. Yeah, I can see that. Of course, different tastes. Yeah. Wake and feeling rested. I pretty much ate right before I went to sleep, so I'm not that hungry. Let's have another mammoth cheese bowl. Probably need to eat 2? Oh, it didn't do the animation. This will probably get me to well sated. And then I might as well drink up the last of my water. Oh, I have 2 waters left. Microwaving pizza should be a $10,000 fine and 3 years in prison. It's not great. You know what's even worse than microwaving a pizza? I used to go to a food pantry. And when you're going to a food pantry, you kind of can't complain. It's free food and you're allowed to survive. But the local Pizza Ranch, which is a buffet sit-down restaurant where they serve all sorts of pizza, as well as really good fried chicken. But they would sometimes donate to the food drive that I would go to. And they would give the food pantry people, frozen pizza slices that were already cooked, mind you. They were already cooked, then froze, but in bulk, touching each other. Do you know how much of a pain in the ass that is to reheat and then try to properly pull apart so you can cook it thoroughly and then be able to eat it? Like, it's almost not worth taking. I'd rather go just with a little less food and then take that. Yeah, not very good. And the thing is, that has to be a health hazard. I suppose if you're freezing it, maybe not. But cross-contamination, yum. I suppose. I mean, the food is cooked, so I don't know. Just logistically trying to cook it and trying to reheat it and eat it is like, this is not worth it. I'm gonna say it. Teachers buying pizzas, bomb. Yeah, teachers who buy pizza are pretty fucking awesome. Except my college instructor who bought us pizza at the end of the course. He was such an unbearable asshole that I did not stay for pizza. And you know I love pizza. And especially since the pizza was free. Well, free to the students. The teacher bought it. But when I give up free pizza, because once the test was over and I just left, you know the instructor is an asshole. Having said that, that's a topic for another time. We're gonna be getting out of here very soon. So yeah, that was the Vaermina quest line. When I was in college way back in 2007, you used to go drinking with your tutors. Nice! That's cool. But no, college number 2, I had an instructor. I'll keep the story short. I had an instructor who was supposed to teach management in video game teams. Why can't I jump on this? Let me tell you something. I didn't learn anything about how to manage a design team. I'll tell you what I did learn. How much this instructor was, funnily enough, addicted to talking about video game addiction. And then proceeding to tell us that they could quit anytime they wanted and that video game addiction is a lie. You know, this was after the fact, several years later, but I've been addicted to video games before. It's not fun. And if I could have stopped playing the game, I would have. No way would I continue playing Ghost Recon Breakpoint at launch if it was continuing to make me feel like shit. That's not how addiction works, though. Anyways, I could talk more and more about that instructor, but we're getting out of here soon. Your English teacher is the best? When you were in trade school, your class and the teachers talked about fermenting alcohol. Very nice. Yeah, and I can quick crack right now. Hides the shoot man's games. She wanted to take the class out for coffee last year, but before the holidays, but we couldn't do it, so we watched a movie instead. I mean, I can. Fuck. She's also a massive fucking nerd. Sounds more like she sounds a little younger, probably. I would guess. It was really weird when I was going to college the first time. When I had instructors who were pretty much the age I am now. Like, still quite young. She's in her late 20s. Yeah. That's kind of young. No, it's a fine age to be a instructor. Not saying that's bad. It's just she sounds a lot younger than a traditional instructor. Your face when almost every English teacher got prego. No, it was bizarre because I was like in my mid-20s going to college more like early 20s. But I thought, like, when I saw these like teachers in their early 30s, I'm like, these guys aren't that much older than I am, and they're not that much more mature than I am. But they were also really cool. You know, we got to talk about versioning video game tech while in our video game courses, and that was kind of fun. I really like when an instructor will take a time out of class to get the students to watch something that is important on the tech and creative processes that are important to the concepts that we use in the course. Take, for instance, in one of my 3D animation courses in college number 1, stop getting cream pied. My ancient then, I went to college at 16. Well, I went to college at 18. But yeah, if you were just really smart, you can go to college at any point. It's weird how relatable she is. Our class last semester started at noon, so she really would come in like an hour after waking up because she stayed up till 4 a.m. Yeah, she sounds like a nerd. Also depends on the part of the world you live in. Yeah. Anyways, we in one of my 3D animation courses in college number 1, when DC Universe Online was about to launch, we watched the opening cinematic trailer for it, and we were more or less just watching it. I think partially because the instructors were interested in playing the game and they wanted to see the opening, but we watched it. We watched the opening cinematic in class. And then in college number 2, we had not an animation course, but it was an art course on more or less how to draw for animation, and we were learning various different styles of cartoonism because that was mostly the focus of the course. And I'm oscillating. We watched the pilot for the Batman animated TV show, which I think the original pilot was never aired, but the pilot that was made for the aired version was slightly different. So we watched the unaired pilot version, and then we watched not all of the movie, but quite a bit of the Powerpuff Girls animated movie. And I tell you what, that was actually really important for me to learn how to properly draw for cartoonism in animation, which is also why I switched college degrees from video game design to animation. Now, granted, that was mostly 3D animation, but the college I went to had plenty of 2D animation courses, even if it wasn't directly 2D animation. Some sort of 2D art that could be animated. And then I did actually have a 2D animation course where the animator for the Sonic the Hedgehog TV show was teaching the course. We had some pretty big names. Like, we had a guy from Volition who worked on Saints Row 3. He was teaching us our advanced 3D animation course. He was also teaching us our game engine course. But I was struggling in that class. That was hard for me for unrelated reasons besides I'm an idiot. Like, it was like I was actually scheduled for the game engine course before I was scheduled for like the pre-engine course. So I didn't know anything about how to use the engine, and then I was expected to make a video game level in it. And I'm like, there's no way I can do this. The instructor was kind of like, yeah, there's no way you can really learn this. Like, he knew it was bad, but the fucking schedulers scheduled that class before I even had an opportunity to learn the ins and outs of the engine. All right, let's catch up on chat. I went to vocational college trade school at 15. Fucking England, you what, mate? Suomi, Finland, perkele. Sakkiarven, Polka, please. I hope I said that right. And speaking of Suomi and Finland, there are at least 2 gun mods for Fallout 4 that I'm going to be adding to the game. One is the Suomi KP31, and I think it's just called Suomi because that's the Finnish word for, Finnish pride and all that. And I'm also adding the Lahti L35. I don't know if it's like Lahti or if it's like Lach with like a softer H. I can't properly say that with my American mouth. As right as non-Finno-Ugrig language can go. As right as non-Finno-Ugrig language can. It's good enough for being American. Well, did we want to find somebody to raid? I should probably save the game and get out. Been sitting here chatting. It's good. We're having a good time, Okay, it's saved. Okay, let me just double check that it's saved because I didn't see a message. Nope. God damn it. Fucking Bethesda. Yeah, it's saved. Okay. No, we have to do this the proper way. QQQ is the only proper way. What's worse, Lou trying to speak Finnish or Eric trying to speak Italian? Well, Finno-Ugric is anything other than Finn, Lithuanian, and Hungarian. Yeah, I know there's a slight difference between Lithuanian, Finnish, or not Finnish, Lithuanian usage of the language versus proper Finnish. Oh, is Hungarian also Finno-Ugric? I think I know that for some reason. I think I know that because of D20 Modern using language groups as skills that you would have to invest ranks in to be able to properly speak it by using skill checks. Holy fuck, I'm a dumb nerd. Those Finno ones, dumb brain, belong in the group. Yeah, I see. It's half Finno, I see. I mean, I know the important Finnish words. Paska, vittu, perkele. Should we find somebody to raid? Let's see, who's live? Thursdays are always weird. We could raid Ziggy. We could raid Missile Man. I almost never get a chance to watch Ziggy. And I'm almost always in the Skyrim category. What we're gonna do is we're gonna raid... How many viewers does Ziggy have? It's enough that... It's low enough that I feel comfortable doing it. It is Estonian, not Lithuanian. Right. Vitun Viro. Alright. Let's raid Ziggy Lada. He's currently playing Chivalry 2. I almost never get a chance to watch him anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and raid him so I can watch him. And I'm going to make a pizza. So thank you all for stopping by. Let's go ahead and raid Ziggy. Like I said, he's currently playing Chivalry 2. Oh no, chat. I'm gonna have to download the VOD from Twitch because I didn't record it. Which means I probably can't use it for video editing. Uh-oh! Anyways. Let's go ahead and raid Ziggy. We'll see you all tomorrow with more Skyrim and Power Wash Simulator. Power Wash Simulator being first. We'll see you guys next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, for more Power Wash Sim and Skyrim. And, yeah, we'll see you over at Ziggy Lada's channel. Thank you all for stopping by. We'll see you later. Bye-bye!